Bananas. Have you ever heard the word bananas, but in a slang way? Find out what bananas means today on the Social English Podcast Snacks Edition.
皆さんこんにちは。毎日少しずつ社交に使える英語の上達を目指すソーシャルイングリッシュポッドキャストへようこそ。今日はぜひもっと自信を持って英会話してみましょう。Are you ready, Percy? Let's go!
Hey, Hikari, thank you for introducing me. Everybody, it's Percy here, and welcome back to another episode of the Social English Podcast. Today we're doing another Snacks Edition. Hey, if this is the first time you came to this podcast, welcome to the podcast. Yokoso for my Japanese listeners. Welcome. And today, as we're going to do in this Snacks Edition, is we are going to talk about a word or phrase that I think that I know of that you maybe don't know. So I'm trying to teach you some new words and phrases used in American English and then adopted around the world by other English speakers. Social English Podcast, we're here to help you learn a little bit of social English every single day. So thank you for showing up here and thank you for listening. So I want to ask you one more time before I break it down. What does bananas mean? Find out soon.
今日はクイズをしましょう。この単語を英語で理解できるかどうかをテストする準備はできていますか？今日、私たちは別のこれはどういう意味ですか？エピソード。今日、私たちは現代の本物の話し言葉の英語で使われている単語やフレーズを教えます。エピソードの終わりまで聞いてください。あなたは今日あなたが学んだことに驚くでしょう。始めましょう。
Hey, listener out there, I have a question for you. Have you figured out what bananas means yet? Well, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. Bananas means wild, crazy. Sometimes people use it to talk about an event, but also sometimes people use bananas to talk about themselves. Okay? So it's just to say wild and crazy, but like in a fun way, okay? Not crazy in a dangerous way, but fun and wild in a fun way. Fun, crazy, wild, but in a fun way. Okay, so let me give you an example. How would I say this? Here's an example for you to listen to. Okay, think about two people and they're talking about a party. Okay, I like using party because a lot of my listeners are in party age, or they're going to the university as an exchange student or a student abroad. Anyhow, you're going to hear this sometimes. So you have let's call this guy Jack. Jack is talking to his friend Joe. Okay, so Jack says to Joe, "Hey Joe, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm good, Jack. What's going on?" "Yeah, I wanted to know how that party was you went to last week." "Oh, that party was bananas." "Really?" "Yeah, it sure was." Okay. So basically, Jack asking Joe about the party, he described the party as bananas. So he said the party was wild, it was crazy, it was fun. So it was fun and wild or crazy in a fun way. Okay, so Jack is probably thinking, man, I wish I went to that party. That sounds fun. So yeah, that's one way of that you can use, or that you will hear bananas used in a sentence or in a real social English conversation. Another way that you would hear this is with the word go before bananas. So you'd hear something like, I'm going to go bananas this weekend because I don't have to work. This means the person doesn't have to work, they don't have a job, they have free time, so they're going to go crazy and wild because they can do whatever they like and they're going to go bananas. That's what that means, okay? To go crazy and wild. Just say go bananas. Okay, a third way that you could use or you will hear bananas is, like I said earlier in the intro, I'm bananas. So a person that's funny or they think they're wild and crazy, to explain something they did would say something like, let's say two people are talking and one guy would say, hey, why did you buy that shirt? It is so wild colored. It's so flashy. And the other person says, well, you know me, I love wild and crazy shirts. I'm bananas. So that's just saying that I'm a wild and crazy person. So of course I would buy a wild and crazy shirt. It just makes sense. Yeah, so that was it, guys. That's 3 different ways that you can use the word bananas or the phrase go bananas, it was bananas, I'm bananas. Okay, you can use those different ways to say bananas, or when you hear it, it just means wild and crazy. Okay, fun, wild, and crazy. That's the way you should think about it. Okay, so guess what? This time I have an action item for you today. I want you to try to use go bananas. Okay, use it naturally in a sentence, speaking, not writing, but I want you to practice talking, speaking. Go bananas, I went bananas. I'm going to go bananas. That was bananas, okay? I want you to try that with a friend. Come up with a sentence that would make sense about experience that you have, or describe yourself, or describe something that you did. Talk about something you did and use the phrase or word bananas in the wild and crazy meaning. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that's it for today's episode of the Social English Podcast, Snacks Edition. I hope that you learned something awesome from today's short episode that you can get better at your English every single day. And I want to remind you to go to our YouTube channel, watch the videos there. You just have to go to Social English. I have a pretty series that I'm building there for you to help you start conversations. Also, you can go to our website, Real Social English. You can go to anywhere to find this podcast and listen to it on most of your podcast players. And thank you for all my listeners from Japan. I really appreciate that. I'm going to start shouting out areas soon. I want to thank you for listening to this podcast. Peace and love, and I'll see you in our next episode.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイト realsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.